Welcome back. Former Italian Premier Silvio Berlusconi suggested in an interview that he will attempt a return to power, using the old party name that brought him into politics 2 decades ago. Berlusconi came to power in 1994 using the catchy soccer chant as his motto, and he dominated Italy's political scene for years. He was forced to resign in November with the country in financial shambles and a personal legacy tarnished by sex and corruption scandals. Joining me with more on this is Phil Giurlando from the Department of Political Studies at Queen's University. He joins me now from Toronto. Thanks a lot for your time.
You're welcome.
How realistic is a return to power for Berlusconi?
Well, if an election were held today, he would lose, absolutely, because his support in recent polls is maybe about 20%. A lot of Italians hold him responsible for the problems of the country, and one of the reasons why there's a non-elected government in power in Italy was precisely because he failed to address the crisis. But from now until the next election, which will be in spring 2013, a lot can change, and so it is possible that he can win then if he were to play on Italian fears. Say, because there's a lot of insecurity, a lot of fear right now in Italy. They're facing a very significant recession with high levels of unemployment. There is a lot of anti-Euro feeling, anti-European feeling, anti-German feeling, and it's possible that he will try to exploit that for his own gain.
In Italy, it is common for political parties to change their names and logos in a bid to reinvent themselves.
That's right.
What would it gain Berlusconi to use the old party name that brought him to power?
What? Sorry, what would he?
What would he have to gain by using that?
I don't know. I personally think that he would lose with the old party label, which is Forza Italia, which translates to English the soccer motto, the soccer slogan, "Go Italy." But the thing is, it's associated with his party, and his party is perceived, in part correctly, to be responsible for the country's problems. So I don't see how beneficial it will be to preserve the old party label. I really don't.
Do you think ego is driving some of this?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, it's also some of the corruption trials that he faces. In the past, he has used the political process to defend his own personal interests. In fall, the courts are going to be ruling on whether he is guilty for paying an underage prostitute, and so it is possible that he's doing this because he wants to use the levers of political power to defend his interests. But at the same time, there are some people in his party who are encouraging him to run simply because there are few credible alternatives, which tells you something about the dismal state of the political situation in the country.
Yeah, Berlusconi said that he resigned to allow Premier Mario Monti to push through painful economic reforms in Italy. But Monti has ruled out running for office when his term ends.
That's right.
So does this improve Berlusconi's chances?
It depends. It depends on a number of unforeseen circumstances. So, for example, one major question is whether the euro itself will survive by the spring of 2013. There's also the question of his trials for paying an underage prostitute. That could affect the outcome of, or the possibility that he would win the election. Also, when he formally decides to join the campaign, it is possible that the opposition parties, which will be terrorized at the prospect of him winning, would coalesce to form a united front against him, because there is a lot of fear of him winning, not only in the opposition, but even in European capitals in Brussels. He has no esteem, no respect whatsoever, and it also would worsen the political divisions in Europe, because right now there are significant divisions between Northern Europe and Southern Europe. And if Berlusconi were to win again, it would only reaffirm the stereotypes that Northern Europeans have of Southern Europeans, and this would just worsen the divisions, would just worsen the Eurozone crisis, and that could lead anywhere.
Phil Giurlando, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.